Do you have pet peeves when it comes to patients? I'm pretty sure we all do. Let's talk about them. Hey guys, welcome to Nurse Talk, the podcast where we talk all things nursing. I'm your host, Mia, and today we're going to be reading about patient pet peeves. There is a Reddit post called, "What's Your Random Patient Pet Peeve?" There are quite a few comments, so let's get right into it. Okay, first one. Mine currently is when you're cleaning a patient up and they start pooping again and they narrate the poop. Oh God, it's coming out. I can feel it coming. It's coming out. It's coming out. Etc., etc. They get really into telling you all about the poop and they talk about it the whole time as it's happening. Meanwhile, I know they're pooping because I'm literally staring at their butt. Just give me the oops, I'm not done yet, and don't make it weird. Please, I'm begging you. Gross. Okay, next one. Giving and explaining PO meds as I put them in a med cup and they pour them into their hand to take them all at once anyway. Now the pills are rolling into their lap or lost in their sheets, and I can't stand that. Just take them from the cup, please. This happens all the time. And they roll on the floor, and then you're trying to remember what pill that is. Hopefully it's not the narcotic. Keep those separate. It's a whole hot mess, and it happens all the time. Okay, next one. My favorite is when you name and explain every medication one by one as you scan. Ask if all sound good, and they're like, "Yup, sounds good." And then you give them the cup, and they go, "What are these? Which one is this one?" Yep. Ma'am, there are like hundreds of blue pills. I don't know. There's 2 pills that look exactly the same. Once you take them out of the, little package that they come in, of course, every patient has like 20 medications. Some of them you can tell which ones, and some of them you just can't. And yeah, they will let you literally go through 20 medications and then ask, why do I take this one again? So you take medication that you don't know what it does or what it's for? You'd be surprised. Someone commented, "This is what I came to say. You go over all the meds with them as you're putting them in the cup, and then all of a sudden, you're Googling images of pills to show them which one is which to explain them all over again." Someone commented, "And then the oxy rolls under the bed." Exactly. Yep. That's why you keep that one separate and you put it in their mouth, watch them swallow it, and then most likely the other meds aren't as important in terms of what happens when you lose it, because trying to explain where the oxy went when there's so much equipment and so much stuff all over the room and you literally just can't find it? No, thank you. Okay, someone commented, "You know what? But God forbid you don't have a med cup and hit them with, 'I'll just pop these right in your hand.'" And they look at you like some type of monster. Like, sir, don't act like you weren't going to dump them in your hand anyway. That is true. Next one. When you ask to take their blood pressure, they see you coming at them with the cuff. You go to put it on and they still won't lift their own arm. Okay, next one. One of my pet peeves is when patients snap their fingers at me, tap on the nearest hard surface repeatedly, or shout out to get my attention instead of using the call light I just taught them how to use. The other is when people just flat out cough. Okay. The other is when people just flat out cough, all of a sudden, rattly, deep chest cough right in my face while I'm listening for breath sounds. There are so many more, but those are my top 2. I can't stand people who don't use their call light. It is the most annoying thing. Or when they stand out in the door frame and they just stare and they look and they look. I have no patience for it, especially if it's not even my patient and they're just looking for someone and they're not hitting the call light. And it's like, I'm not going to go find your nurse. Hit the call light. It will call her phone directly when her call light is going off. Why do I need to run around in random rooms trying to find her? She might be in the bathroom for all we know. No, hit the call light. I used to hate it. And they'll just stare. And, some people are so addicted to attention. They just want to see What is she doing? That's my nurse. She should be available to do whatever I want at any given second. How dare she be busy with others? I had this like literally 2 days ago. Will just pop their head out of the room just to see if I'm doing something and why I'm not attending to their every need. So annoying. And coughing in your face, yeah, that's disgusting. Do not. So gross. When A&O times 4 patient screams, "Help me," instead of using the call light because it's will get your attention faster. Yep. I remember, this is just a random memory. I remember when I first signed up for nursing school and I hadn't started quite yet, and my husband was in the hospital to get his appendix removed. And the first night we were in the emergency room, I was so freaked out because there was just this lady who just was, for hours on end, she would just go, "Help! Help!" through all hours of the night. It sounded like something out of a scary movie. It was terrifying. And, you know, of course, the nurse walked in and I'm like, "Oh my God, what is that? Do they need something?" And they're like, "Nope, there's nothing we can do. We have been in there 100 times. She doesn't need anything. She's just yelling help." Like, okay, I can't wait for that. Okay, someone commented, "Oh my God, I just had a visceral reaction to the memory of one of my patients violently smacking the little box of their pulse ox cord against their bedside table, repeatedly trying to get my attention." Absolutely not. Someone also commented, "My facility has a lady that has a 2-inch cow that has a squeaker. She thinks she's the queen of the place and will squeak the cow to get your attention for help or announce her arrival. I long to take a pin to that damn cow." Okay, next one. Asking me what medication I'm about to give them after I literally just told them while scanning their bracelet and the medication, "Here's Zofran for your nausea." What's that? Zofran for your frickin' nausea. Someone commented, "I have to get off this thread because the comment section just triggered me." We all have these universal experiences. It's like all patients are the same. I'm just kidding. There's beautiful, amazing, polite, wonderful patients, but it seems like it seems like all of the bad ones have a lot in common. Okay, this one is scary. The other day in triage, this guy told me he was constipated and proceeds to pull out his phone to show me 20 plus pictures of straight diarrhea. Someone commented, "When they try to hand me their phone to look at something or talk to someone, I do not want to touch your disgusting phone for the love of all that is holy." Phones are really gross. You don't think about it because there's always one in your hand, but how often do people clean their phones? Probably very infrequent. Oh my God, this one is so true. Getting graham cracker crumbs all over everything. Graham crackers will be all over the bedside table, all in the bed, in the sheets, everything. It'll be all over their nightgown. It's gross. But to be fair, graham crackers are super crummy, and it's one of the few snacks that every hospital, I feel like, has 24 hours a day. But yeah, no, graham crackers are everywhere, and they're so gross to pick up. You can never get all of the crumbs, and it's really annoying. Okay, someone commented, "I especially hate when the graham cracker crumbs get stuck in all of their folds because they don't want to wear their gown. Now they are all mashed up and damp and stuck all over their gross folds." That's so gross. I can't say that I have found any graham cracker crumbs in any folds, and I have had my fair share of folds. That's so gross. Someone commented, "Any food really. It's it is always the scrambled eggs or pancake syrup." Honestly, I don't know why they give pancake syrup to people who are just sitting in a big bed, but they do every morning. And patients always pick the pancakes. I don't blame them. I mean, pancakes that you don't have to make and you can lay in a bed. It sounds glorious, but sticky. Okay, next one. People who claim to be claustrophobic when I try to shut their door in the ED. Really, it's just so that they can listen to our conversations at the nursing station and scream when they want something. Okay, next comment. I had a guy make me stand outside of a shut bathroom door. He was fine to go by himself and yell, "I'm trying to relax my sphincter, and gave me a play-by-play. We've all been there. We've all stood there with a million things to do while a patient is pooping. And it's like, just call me when you're done, please. Okay, next one. Them putting their food tray on the floor outside their room when they're done with it. This is not a freaking hotel. Yeah, patients do that all the time. Leave it on the bedside table and someone will take it. Okay. Okay. Okay, next comment. Old people who say they have their med list in their phone, but have no idea how to find said list on their phone, so they spend 20 minutes scrolling through everything on their phone to find it. Meanwhile, the waiting room is standing room only, and I'm pretty sure at least half of them are plotting my demise. Someone commented, the pre-smartphone version of this was, my wife wrote it on a card and put it in my wallet. Let me find it. As they pull a 4-inch thick wallet that's full of business cards, picture of kids and grandkids, and notes out of their pants pockets and start going through all of the pieces of paper one by one and finally get through the sack, mumble, I know it's here somewhere, and start over and go through the stack. Okay, next comment. When you just spent 15 minutes repositioning them and then they want to complain because the pad isn't in the right spot, so you gotta do it all over again just to put back exactly how it was. What's worse is when you spend 15, 20 minutes cleaning up a patient and this patient is like assist times 2. You have to call a lift team. You have to use the Hoyer lift. I mean, there's like 5 people in the room making all these things happen just to get the patient in the recliner. And they spend 15 minutes in the recliner and they want to get back in bed. Like, sir, we talked about this. If we're going to go all the way to the recliner today, we're going to spend at least an hour or 2 in the recliner. And they change their mind immediately. And it's horrible because the last thing you have time for is to spend another 30 minutes trying to get them back to their bed. Next one. Mine probably is when people are very clearly acting up their pain only when I or someone else is in the room with them. Like being a total baby about me barely adjusting a pillow under their arm or something, even though I just watched them have a fully animated conversation on the phone for 20 minutes, complete with Italian uncle arm gestures with 0 signs of pain. Like, bro, I'm not somebody who is stingy with pain medications. If it's ordered and you are breathing with a semi-decent blood pressure, I'll give it to you. You say you're in pain, bet I'll be right back. I think everyone has experienced someone who you're walking past the room and they're on the phone and they're like, girl, yes, blah, 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 yeah, ha, 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 ha. And then you go to them and you're like, what's your pain score? And they're like, 10 out of 10. Let's be so freaking for real. I have the same beliefs. I'm not stingy with pain meds at all. But yeah, people do that all the time. Ooh, ooh, and then you walk by and they're like, ha, 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 ha. We see it. We know. We know. Okay, next one. Trying to do triage and they just start in the middle of the story without any context. Start from the beginning, damn it. Someone commented, haha, I have the opposite problem usually. My patients are like, well, it all started in 1972. Sir, be reasonable. They said, I once asked a lady in pre-op about her history of VFib arrest. And she goes, well, it started when my youngest was in kindergarten. Ma'am, please have mercy. We've all been there too. Oh my gosh. Next comment. Screaming, help, in a desperate, I'm about to die, Oscar-winning manner to ask for their tray to be taken out or their TV remote to be located. Okay, next one. I can't stand people that come to the hospital just to refuse or question everything we do. I get having questions or not being medically literate, but if you refuse to take your medications or do anything anyone tells you, why not keep that energy when it comes to utilizing the ER? Someone commented, patient, in quotes, let me get off the phone, the pill lady is here. Someone commented, as a non-nurse reading this post, how do you not just let us all die? Someone commented, these comments are making me at risk for waking up my baby. I hate when patients ring the bell again when I was just in there and just asked if they needed anything else. Also, when patient family members hover the hallway or around the nursing station, yes, we see you. You can wait for Meemaw's ginger ale. I'm glad I'm not the only one who hates that. Okay, next one. When family members come to the nursing station and interrupt nurses giving report asking for updates on their mom or dad at shift change when we take care of 27 other moms and dads on the unit, how are we supposed to know who your mom and dad is? And please wait after giving shift change. Don't you know that they're the most important person there? Duh. Okay, next one. If I pull out a temperature probe and hold it next to your face, I shouldn't have to tell you to open your mouth and lift your tongue. But if perchance you need those directions and I give them, for the love of God, close your mouth. Okay, next one. When a perfectly capable 40-year-old asks me to hold his urinal or wipe his ass, I always say, who does this for you at home? 100% of the time, they have no answer. Sir, do it yourself. I feel like we got into quite a few of those type of things in the last Reddit video that I made. It was super gross. Anyway, next one. Taking 20 minutes and 3 people to get them up in the chair, and then they want to go back in 15 minutes. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one because I just talked about that. Okay, this is the last one, and the person left bullet points. Okay, explaining each med before I open them, patient verbalize understanding, and then after every med is opened and in the cup, they want me to explain and name each one again. Seems like a common thing. Next one. When they start oversharing and I'm trapped in a room, this happens all the time, and you have to slowly back out of the room, try not to be rude, but there's a million things to do. My phone is ringing, maybe another time. When they can't consolidate their requests and I'm going back and forth from the room fetching them stuff. Happens all the time. Here's a sticky note. Write down a list of things you need and give it to me next time I come in. Almost forgot to mention when family members or visitors march up to the nursing station to ask for something instead of using the call light. Well, what do you know? All right, guys, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to share your patient pet peeves in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.